What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Sydney Roosters Diehards. Hainsey here, and we are here for your weekend wrap-up. I do apologise for the lack of content over the last couple of days. As you can see, I have been at the cricket for the Ashes between Australia and England at the Gabba the last couple of days. I just actually got home from day 4 on the Sunday at the time of recording, and you might see that my face is a little bit red like a tomato because I've been at the cricket over the last couple of days. It's been great fun seeing Australia smash the Poms, but jumped home just before the storm arrived here in Brisbane, and get this late night weekend wrap up out of the way for you guys to go through it all on the Monday morning for you guys before we get back into our regular proceedings for our news roundup live stream on the Monday. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching. Do apologise, like I said, for the delay and the lack of content over the weekend, but we should be good to go for the rest of the week. Starting on Monday, we will be also filming a very special Chill Chat podcast episode with a fellow Roosters content creator on Tuesday. Hopefully have that out for you guys on Wednesday, and all the other Roosters news and opinions throughout the week as well. We'll get into that as well during the week. So, hope you guys enjoy. If you're new here, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and give us a follow on the Sydney Roosters Diehards Instagram page for your latest Roosters news, opinions, and a whole lot more. Right, let's get sucked straight into it. Obviously, I think the big talking point I have to that came across my desk on the early hours of Sunday morning is that seeing a first look of the potential Roosters away jersey for 2026, leaked Roosters 2026 away jersey. Now, I actually did see this photo about a month or two ago, and obviously I was on the impression that it was going to be the 95 away design, but it looks like that's not going to be the case now, so I do apologize I got my sources wrong. But now last night I did get a screenshot of this photo that I'll put up on screen of what what will our away jersey be for 2026, and this is it right here, as you can see on screen. Now, first thoughts, it looks like a little bit of a replica of the 2005 away jersey, not the 1995 one. My initial thoughts are it looks absolutely clean. Now, obviously, this is the design of it. It's not obviously a photo of the actual jersey itself or on someone else. It's just the design, the printing design, I believe. So, obviously, we haven't seen anything else from that. Now, I believe, from what I'm hearing, is that January is going to be the time where you can be able to get your hands on the away jersey. Now, this will also go into the next topic of when the home jersey and a few other things are about to be announced and released to the members and fans for you guys at the time of recording Monday, tomorrow. So by the time you guys are seeing this, sometime today, that you'll be able to get your hands on some Roosters memorabilia and merch for the 2026 season. But back to the 2026 away jersey. Now, obviously, I was a big fan of the 95 away being the jersey for the away jersey. Now, maybe that also opens the door now for the 95 to be some sort of an alternate jersey or heritage jersey, which, look, I'm not a big fan of it being a heritage jersey because I want to see the traditional navy heritage jersey with the lines down the side there, like you can see in the back there. As you can see behind me there, similar design like that. I'd love to see that back as a heritage jersey, or the red alternate one as well. I'd love to see them two come back as a heritage jersey, which also does open the door as well for potential heritage jersey for a Hansack jersey, which, not out of the question, but at the same time, it's going to go hard to go past the Bondi Blue again because that's such a rich and colourful history behind that jersey. But I do love the design already from the away jersey. Obviously, we'll get to see more of it in the coming weeks or so, with the obviously believing that January is going to be the time when the full Adidas range is going to be available to purchase for members and fans in store or online. But it does really look good. Obviously, the few different changes from the 2005 away is that obviously no collar, which look, I'm a big fan of the collars as well. Let me take that off though. But obviously, I'm a big fan of the collars. But at the same time, it still looks good regardless. I love how it's all like the blue, like a whole blue sleeve up the top, up the shoulders here. Obviously, the 3 Adidas lines down the sides, and of course, obviously a white Adidas logo at the top too here as well. Shout out to my boy Brody from Sydney Vintage. He also revealed the away shorts as well. Well, obviously, usually our home shorts, but our away ones as well, which I'll put up on screen for you guys as of right now. Shout out to Brady from Sydney Vintage there who come up with those looks there as well. But looks really, really clean, very, very similar to the 05 away. I don't really like, I don't know if it's just part of the design, the sketching of it, but if it's going to be part of the jersey itself. But there's some like a little bit of some black line kind of thing in the middle there, which I'm not a big fan of, but I think that's just part of the printing design kind of thing. So I don't think there's not too much to worry about there. But absolutely love this design. Really, really clean. Obviously put the post up today about it. A lot of people are loving it as well. Really, really cool to see. Seeing it twice now, so I thought it'd be I think it's out there now just to get it out there. So looks really, really cool. Obviously not 100% confirmed that it's going to be, but like obviously that looks like digital prints of what it's going to be. I believe the way it works that image that we have on screen, and does normally get sent to retail stores and all that with sizing and all that for them to order in for their customers and that. So keep an eye out over the next couple of weeks or so if that when we see them out in store, online or wherever. So it'll be really, really exciting as well to see our first look of our 2026 away jersey. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about it, a lot of anticipation around it, but now it's out there that we know what it's going to look like. We're starting to look forward to when it gets actually released in a couple of weeks' time. Speaking of releases, now the Roosters posted today that today for tomorrow, Monday. What's the date today? The 7th. So Monday, the 8th of December, which is going to be tomorrow, the time of recording, and by the time you guys are watching this, it'll be today that a few merchandise items from Adidas will be available to purchase through the Roosters Club store and online. Now, I believe that what we got in store for tomorrow, looking for the image there, I'm actually I don't know who this guy is. It looks like a little bit to Xavier Savala / Marky Mark, a little bit. So shout out to them too. But like, I think that needed to be an Angus Crichton and Sam Walker. Those two are Adidas ambassadors. They're sponsored by Adidas. So I thought them two would have been perfect for that reveal. But anyway, I'm not here to judge about how they do it, but that's just my opinion. Who I thought should have been perfect for. But anyway, it appears that tomorrow that what's going to be available for purchase through the club store and online is going to be the Roosters home jersey for 2026, the club polo, club training shirt and singlets, and of course the training shorts, which is a massive, going to be a massive hit seller as well. I love the training shorts. I think I've bought every season's training shorts since like 2019. Like I just love them. Very comfy. Obviously, the last couple of years with Castore, and I think I got to admit though, I think Castore, although it's been a roller coaster with emotions with fans and that about the manufacturer, but I do have to say that their shorts were really, really comfy. I really enjoyed wearing those shorts. I think they were really comfy for me. But really, really exciting to have obviously Adidas. Getting some Adidas shorts, training shorts. I got the Blues ones this year. And my advice, and as well from Brady from City Vintage, which brings me to my next point as well, that the Roosters stuff that was meant to be available to purchase online and in-store from the Roosters Club store tomorrow was actually seen at Rebel Sports stores in Western Sydney, in Penrith and those other stores, which I actually posted that for you guys on the Saturday as well, which was a little bit surprising that it was actually out there first before the club store got there, got able to release it themselves. Actually, I spoke to a Rebel Sports person in Brisbane today, and I actually, because before I went to the cricket today, I actually went around and had a look and asked them myself. So I was to go with the Roosters merch drop. I've seen, obviously, I showed him the photo, and I was like, well, that's a bit weird. He went into the back store and he told me that for Rebel customers, that it's available to purchase on the 10th. So on Wednesday, you guys can go in store at Rebel. If you guys don't want to wait that long, if you guys don't live in Sydney, you can guys go to the club store tomorrow. And all that, you just want to book online, sure. But like, if you guys want to get your hands on it a little bit earlier, you guys can go into a Rebel store literally as of right now and go get your hands on one. For us living up here in Brisbane, you have to wait to around Wednesday the 10th. Now, I believe not all the sizes are going to be there, but That's what I've been told so far. So a little bit surprising that Rebel jumped the gun a little bit early. I think that's great for Roosters fans that live out there, but I think the club wouldn't be too happy about that themselves, knowing that a lot of hype, a lot of anticipation around it. But it is what it is now. Like, it's not like a big reveal secret because we all know what it was going to be. We all know that it was coming, that it was going to be out in public. But anyway, so I think the main items there that we've seen already: home jersey, training polo, training shirt and singlets, and training shorts, and potentially some player shorts that are available to purchase through the club store and online as of today. So very, really exciting news there for us Roosters fans going into the Christmas period. Very, very busy time of year, spending Christmas, presents for families and friends and that. So really, if you're a Roosters fan, much item going into Christmas and getting your essentials, because I reckon they will sell it like hotcakes. So be ready to once the release drop is official, get your hands on some Roosters merch because it's going to sell it like hotcakes. And, obviously, stock up with some Roosters merch heading into the 2026 season. So that's obviously the biggest talking points from the merch range. I believe as well, I came through today that a big rumor, which I'm not surprised because every time a big name is on the market, the Roosters are heavily linked to them. But I believe that the Roosters are going to make a play at Tino Fa'asuamaleaui. I just said it so wrong. I do apologize. It looks like the Roosters are going to make a play at Tino. I just don't think we need him. Tino's a great player. Like, he's carried the Titans on his backside for the last 5 years, and he's been a key role in the Queensland side last couple of seasons. He's played really well for Australia. He's one of the best forwards in the game. Don't get me wrong, but we don't need him, right? We've got so many forwards in our club coming through. Like, why are we going to break the bank to sign Tino, who's going to be worth over $1 million? Why do we need that capital? I don't know, Gus. Obviously a lot of talk if he's going to rugby, was he going to stay at the Roosters? Obviously, it looks like he's appearing that he's going to favour towards heading to rugby for the 2027 World Cup, which we've spoken about over the last week or two. But it just makes no sense. I think I can't remember what Gus is on, 600-700K. He's on a decent amount of money for a edge back rower, but he's not on Tino's money. So if we do lose Gus, and obviously there might be 700K in the bank, we're not going to be signing Tino for 700K. And even if we do get him, Tino, we're just going to be so much stretch to the cap space. But yet we've got so many forwards coming through. This is our forward pack going into 2026, 2027. So our starting front rowers of Lindsay Collins, Nafahu White, as of right now, Angus Crichton, Siwa Wong, Victor Radley. You've also got Nat Butcher, Egan Butcher, Taylor Lasalu. You've got Blake Steep, Celeste Fiketti. You got the VAR boys. Apparently, Xavier might be shopped to the Titans. So I can't imagine the Titans. I love Xavier, right? Xavier's a friend of mine. I can't see the Titans agreeing a player swap from Tino to Xavier VAR. It just makes no sense. It's just a value, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. That's not me having a crack at Xavier. I love Xavier. He's a great person. He's a great young footballer as well. But Tino's a star front rower, while Xavier's an emerging front rower star. So it just makes no sense if that's a player swap. But I know there's a lot of talk about Tino with an exit clause kind of thing, so that might help. But we got so many we got so many forwards coming through. I probably even forgot a couple of people there. That's the same. We've got so many emerging right now. Why do we need and again, this is all rumors, right? So I can't believe that this is actually going to happen, right? I don't think we're getting Tino. I just don't see why this is worth it. Yes, he's a great player, Tino, one of the best forwards in the game, but we've got so many forwards in our ranks that we just don't need a Tino. We've got the perfect balance as it is. I think I just forgot to mention Spencer, for God's sake. There you go. We just don't need him, man. We don't need Tino because we've got so many there covering that positions. I just don't think it's necessary. And I think this is just media beat up because every time a big high-profile player is off contract, that he's going to be heavily linked with the Roosters. I even saw last week that where Zach Landmark's guy is going to go to the Roosters even though he's not contracted to an NRL club anymore. It's like, what is that garbage? What is with this stigma that it's just such an easy narrative headline from journos? Because we've gone out and bought high recruitment players in the past. Doesn't mean that we're going after Zach Lomax or Pappenhausen or Atino. Like, it's not going to happen. Even a Ponga. Like, that Ponga talk Ponga to the Roosters has been talking about the last 5 years. Ever since he signed with Newcastle. It's just ridiculous. Maybe Ponga might be more realistic when Tedesco retires, but it's such a cheap, easy headline for people to click on and read about it. Like, and I spoke about it last week as well when we've all, when I spoke to Patrick Gillespie last week, obviously we had him on the podcast, and how, Victor, walked into his hospital bed after having some surgery done, while he was having the arrival of his newborn, Victor. Obviously Patrick was going in for some surgery, and that while he was in in hospital recovering, Victor walked in and presented him with a match-worn jersey and had a chat with him, blah, 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 kind of thing, which is great. It was such a really cool story to talk about with him on the podcast on Wednesday. But like, my first thought was like, this is great, but like, no one's really going to talk about it because it's a nice story. It's rather easy headlines for Victor Radley to do something wrong in the media, and that's just absolutely, clicks galore. But when we see a nice feel-good story, no one's going to talk about it, which is unfortunate, and obviously good to see that the Mole, even though, controversial, the Mole journo guy from Channel 9 kind of thing, he posted about it. I know friend of the show, Isaac, journalist, who also posted in a feel-good story today. So it's good that we've got some media attention about it, because it should, because, we want to see some good stories. We want to see, like, a player going above and beyond for a fan. Like, there's feel good stories that we want to read about, not all the shit headlines and that. But then you get journos that going out every time of the high profile players off the contract at another club. The Roosters are heavily linked to him. Like, it makes no sense whatsoever. I can't see this Tino deal working. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't think Tino will play for the Roosters. It's just simple that we've got so many forwards in our top 30 roster, and salary cap is, believing now that we've signed who we wanted to sign, it's going to be a little bit of a squeeze for the next couple of seasons to into the salary cap. But yeah, Tino's not coming to the Roosters, so don't get our hopes up. Like, I just can't see this happening. I just can't. In my opinion, I just can't see that happening. So that's my little rant from today. Like, mostly positive, but that Tino stuff has really annoyed me because it's just so easy, such an easy, cheap headline, eh? Shout out to Rugby League Pathway Central. The Roosters have signed a release Eels outside back Dominic Fayugia, I believe. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I do apologize for this, but I haven't really seen much of him. I believe that he might have been played SG ball, Jersey Fleet last couple of seasons for Parramatta. I believe he's a winger or center, so that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But welcome to the Roosters, sir. Hope all goes well. There's another outside back in the depth department. So, but yeah, just wanted to touch that on you guys, up there for you guys. But yeah, I believe that yeah, like I'll put my hand up, so I do apologize that I just simply don't haven't really seen much about him. So hopefully we will see more of him through in the preseason as well. Some exciting news as well for our Roosters fans who are waiting for the Roosters to return. We've got some Harold Matts and SG Ball trial games coming up over on Tuesday, the 9th of 12th. We've got the Central Coast Roosters Harold Matts side taking on Manly in a trial game with Brendan. What a name, Brendan. Brendan Franklin Oval, I believe, is in the Central Coast somewhere. And obviously the Roosters SG Ball side, who are the reigning premiers, kicking off against a trial game against Manly as well. So obviously that's but yeah, so it's great to see that we've got some Roosters football starting to return. I do believe that obviously the SG Ball and the younger grades like Andrew Johns Cup, who Laurie Daly Cup and that Harold Matts and that, they start really, really early, like, and their season go for like 10 weeks into finals. So I think they start like late January, early February. So it's good to see their games and trial games. So anyone in the Central Coast area wanted to come watch some Roosters football for the first time, for the final time, I should say, for the 2025, heading into our first look for the 2026 season for our younger grades. See any could be anything. Shout out to Rugby League Guru, who want to go out there and watch some Roosters footy again. Tuesday night, first trial game at 5:45 p.m. Harold Matts, Central Coast Roosters against Manly at Brendan Franklin Oval. And then 7 p.m., the Roosters SG Ball side taking on Manly in a trial game as well. So that's something to keep an eye out heading into the final weeks of 2025 and looking into the 2026 year, and not too far away from some 2026 Roosters young lower grades footy. Like I did this year, I did cover most of the lower grades to keep you guys up to date with how the lower grades are going. So we will be continuing that in 2026, giving you guys updates, score updates, and that from the around the grounds with our lower grades when their season kicks off in the coming couple of weeks. So, and I think, ladies and gentlemen, that might cover us for tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the Sydney Roosters Diehards. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day. Make sure you guys get onto the Roosters website today and get your hands on the 2026 Roosters Adidas range. It's going to be an exciting year ahead with the full range, not too far away. Obviously, the first half of the drop is coming out today by the time of uploading to this morning sometime. Just to repeat, Roosters home jersey, Roosters Adidas polo, Roosters training shirt, Roosters training t-shirt, singlets, Roosters training shorts are available to purchase today through the Roosters Club store or online, with potentially as well at Rebel Sports in Penrith somewhere, and then everywhere else at Rebel Sports around the country around Wednesday. So keep an eye out for that one, guys. I'm going to get out of here, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night or tonight by the time we'll be watching this for the latest edition of the Sydney Roosters News Roundup. Thanks for watching, and goodbye for now. Up the shorts. I'm